ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the School of Science. My name is Luke, and this is a weekly update. I do apologise, I haven't been able to do the post-match for the Liverpool and the Wolves games, so I figured I'd make them into a weekly update. This is also going to include some West Ham news, and tomorrow we're going to do the West Ham pre-match as well. So you're going to get 2 videos in the space of 2 days. How about that? Also, I will have to try and get my arse into gear and get the West Ham post-match reaction done as well, because I'm just falling off and I don't want inconsistency to affect the channel. But before we do all that, I would like to just do a nice little transition here to one of our amazing channel contributors. So, Couch Luke, take it away.
So now we're downstairs, as I said, there is a lovely care package right here that was being provided to me by the amazing Rob at Forever Everton. I'm not sure whether you can hear them fireworks, but don't worry if you can. They're just fireworks. But yeah, so he's provided me an absolutely amazing care package. I haven't opened it yet. I don't know what's in it. As I said, he did reach out to me. He said, "Oh yeah, I wanted to sort you out a shirt, mate, just to say thank you and all that for your continued support and everything, showing off the all the frames and everything in the background." And I gave him the details for the shirt. This feels a little bit bigger than the shirt, so I don't know what's actually in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to open it up and we're going to have a look what's inside. I honestly cannot wait. Right, let's see what we've got in here. I don't know why I'm using scissors. These parcels are just easy rip. Oh my. Oh my, oh me. There's actually a little bit more than just a top here, as we can tell. You know what? Love the little sticker as well. That is awesome, that. Okay. So we have St. Domingo, a lovely St. Domingo Academy hoodie. That is amazing, that. I love that. And you know what? That'll be excellent for match days. It's nice and thick. And as you know, if you ever go down to the new stadium, especially when it's in winter, in the dead of winter, it is going to be absolutely freezing. So one of these would be absolutely amazing for that. I'll have a look. Got something here I'm going to have a little look at in a minute. Oof, got our lovely toffee lady. Oh my. That is sound, that. It's got a lovely little toffee lady there representing the lovely blues and the Everton mint. Well, the Everton toffee, should I say. If anyone is ever unfamiliar about this one. So with the toffee lady, well, the toffee lady was someone who actually made the Everton toffees. And that's where we ended up getting our names from. If you ever go into like a shop or anything and have a look, you'll see like either a bag or even, I used to remember getting them as like almost like a little fruit pastels bag, fruit pastels tube of Everton toffees, or they even had them as called Everton mints. But we all knew they were toffees, and we all know that they're amazing. They need to bring that toffee lady back though. They do definitely need to bring that toffee lady back in the new stadium. But that is awesome. It's like a lovely little pin-up model. I absolutely love it. And on top of that, we have got, I'm not sure you can see that there, the old Little Woods clock. Now, funny one for you. If any of you guys have ever been into the new stadium shop, this is actually in there. So a replica of the old Little Woods clock is there. And you know what? That does suit Everton, because we are always on at 3 o'clock. We barely ever get the airtime. We barely ever get the early and late kickoffs. If we do, it's like this Monday coming and it's a really late kickoff. But yeah, that's another one that's actually really lovely. I do like that one. You know what? I'm going to wear that tomorrow. This is awesomeness. I do like this one. I'm definitely wearing this one tomorrow. But yeah, so we got them lovely 3 tops there. The lovely St. Domingo's Academy hoodie. The Everton lady pin-up. And now what's this? I'm really curious what this is because I honestly don't know. All this was a complete surprise. Just to let you guys know, I was originally just meant to be getting 1 top. Oh, that is amazing. That is amazing. So, I'm not sure whether the reflections just spoiled that. But, what we have here is Forever Everton, the 2026 unofficial Everton calendar. Now, I have seen this one online, and this is all of Rob's work that he's done. So if you've ever seen some of the shirt designs and anything like that, he does like all these little pop vinyl ones, and they look absolutely stunning. Oh my. Look at them. Oh. That is, as we probably all know, the lovely self-stand there. I'm not showing you all of them because that'll spoil it. But all I can say is this. Thank you. Well, I'm going to have to change the camera angle because it just feels so impersonal doing it like this. So just give me 2 seconds. Okay, this is much better, this actually. So, all I can say is, Rob, thank you so much. And it's not just for these as well. Thank you for all the stuff that you've done so far. All the amazing artwork that you've made. The pictures on my back wall, I absolutely cherish every single one of them. I mean, you're constantly striving to improve all the stuff that you've got. And you can see it. You definitely can see it. I mean, the amount of stuff that you're putting out there now, I mean, when I go to the match, I see your work all over the place. I see a lot of your work more often than I see like the official merchandise Everton make themselves. So, you know, like the Art of Football stuff and all them little bits and pieces. I see that more than I see your stuff more than I see of theirs. And we all know why, because you make such amazing work. I mean, the St. Domingo Academy, that's a very simplistic thing, but it's brilliant. The Toffee Lady, the little Woods clock. I mean, to be honest, I was so excited. I wanted to wear this. Was my microphone on? Yeah, my microphone's on. I thought my microphone was off then. I'm sorry. I mean, your calendar as well. I've got your calendar here. This is all beautiful stuff. I mean, the fact, if anyone who watches my channel has not bought anything off Rob yet, or the Forever Everton, just get down to his site and buy something, whether that's a little bit of artwork, whether it's one of these tops, because bear in mind, these tops, these are really good tops. I've got one of his tops from his original Bramley Moore artwork, the one with the red sun. Well, it's like a burnt orange, not really red. But yeah, I've got one of them, and it's still holding so strong. It's high quality. It is really good quality stuff. And I know for a fact these will do the same. These will last absolutely years. And I mean, it's the iron-on material, but it's really good material. It's not like the cheap stuff that you get off, say, Shein, Temu, AliExpress, or you go into like Primark and get one of their stuff. It's not like that where it's like really bold and stuck out and horrible under feeling. It's nice. It feels like it belongs with the fabric. And mate, you've really outdone yourself, honestly. And I don't know what else to say. Thank you so much. If any of you guys who aren't already following him on X, go give him a follow. He does upload some of his progress when it comes to his work. And if you get the chance, buy something off him. Whether that's one of his phone cases as well. He's got phone cases, he's got shirts, he's got hoodies, he's got artwork that you can put up on your back wall. He's got a wide array of stuff. So just go and give him some support, honestly. You won't regret it, honestly, because the stuff is fairly priced as well. It's not like you're paying 40, 50 quid for a shirt. You're paying fair market value for a really good piece of Everton memorabilia that's, I would argue to say, it's one of the best fan-made stuff out there, and it's better than some of the stuff that Everton put out themselves. I'm not even sure whether it's actual Everton. So the Art of Football stuff, I'm not sure whether they're independent from Everton, but the stuff that they put out, this trumps it. This, honest to God, trumps it. And I'm not saying that because he's giving me all this nice stuff and everything. I'm saying that because it's genuine. Some of the stuff that I've seen in the Art of Football is great, but this beats it hands down. I mean, this is what Evertonians remember. They remember the Little Woods clock. It's things like that, just the little things. But yeah, so what we're going to do now, we're going to crack on with our weekly video. As I said, we're going to talk about the Liverpool results, we're going to talk about the Wolves results, and we're going to talk about the upcoming West Ham game. So yeah, right, back to the office.
Okay, and we're back. So yeah, one thing of note as well, I did actually mention this when I was doing the having a little look through, because I didn't have a chance really. Believe it or not, that was all done last night. But yeah, this morning I actually wore this to the gym, and one thing I've noticed, I'm not sure whether you can see this actually on the inside, but there is a pocket inside the pocket. So this hoodie has actually got a pocket inside the pocket. That's one extra reason why you need to be giving this guy as much support as possible. So yeah, right. Just a little bit tidying up. There we go. Lovely. Boom. Okay, so what we're talking about today, so we're going to have a little chat about the Liverpool game. So as we know, first half an hour we were absolute crap, and then we set things up for the rest of the 90. We did well to get the goal back, and I do think with a more, how can I put this, a higher quality striker. Now this isn't to take away from Beto or Barry. They both know where the net is. Barry is still to find the net, but he knows where it is. But I do think if we were to, let's say for argument's sake, if we were to say we had Lukaku back, if we had a Lukaku style player, or we had a Rooney style player, or we had maybe an Andy Johnson or even a Yakubu, they would have probably have found that net, and we could have potentially have drawn that game 2-2, or even pushed for a 3-2. Because what we found is when we were getting later and later into the game, as the fatigue was setting in with Liverpool, the closer we stuck to their players and the more we cut out, the more dangerous we got. We were able to really push them right to the limit. And for the fact that they only got 3 minutes at a time was a little bit criminal, because everyone's done the math and it should have been 5 or even 6, just for the accounting of subs, the accounting of free kicks, throw-ins, corners, all that stuff that interferes with play. Adding that all up, it ends up becoming about 5 to 6 minutes. So where they got 3 minutes from, I've got no idea. Right, so we've talked about that. Let's move on to the Wolves game. Right, so with the Wolves game, I know a lot of people weren't happy with it. Personally, I wasn't happy with it myself. We kind of went into this one a little bit half-cocked. I know Moyes has come out in his pre-match against for the West Ham game, and he said he was quite irked by it, to be honest. And I can understand why, just because he's the boss, he's making the decisions. It's not down to the fans to make the decisions and all that. But in all fairness, I do feel like the squad he set out was not the best squad. I mean, he made 7 changes, and one of them being a keeper who's on fine form at the moment. He was basically left completely out of the squad. Wasn't even on the bench. Pickford was basically told, you know what, mate? Stay home. Get your feet up. Watch the game. Enjoy it. See it from another perspective. Pardon me. And as a result of that, we ended up losing 2-0 at the Molineux. From about less than a month from when we won 3-2. So it does say a lot. I mean, in all fairness, Saki had a decent game. Michael Keane, he had an okay game. Could have had a better game. He's had better games in the past. And I do think once Branthwaite does come back into the squad, the rumour is it's potentially the next international break. He should be back after that one. But I do think potentially we might see a little bit of a cameo in the Crystal Palace game. Sorry. But yeah, on top of that, Tyler Diblin, he played fairly well, actually. He actually did well down that right-hand side. Dwight McNeil is not doing himself any favours, in all fairness. Watching that game, the main thing that I took away from that was Dwight McNeil just doesn't want to know anymore. He wants out of this club. He does honestly want out. He knows that he is basically surplus to requirements at this point. He's fallen down that pecking order so badly. Now that we've got Drewsby Hall in, now we've got Charlie Alcaraz in, now we've got Jack Grealish in, even Raul will push him further and down that pecking order. Now that with Raul being injured at the moment, that's a little bit concerning. I'm hoping this isn't going to be a Gabaman or a Lars Jacobsen situation where the lad's barely ever going to feature and just ends up shipping him off somewhere else. I hope, honest to God, I hope that isn't the case because he is a very promising lad. From the cameo he made against Aston Villa, there was a lot to be pleased about, and he's so young, so talented, and I do think Idrissa Gueye has got his replacement. So when him, Iliman and Dye, and I don't know who else is going out, I think Beto's lot out. I think, not sure about Asnous because he's Moroccan. But yeah, so when these guys go out, we know we've got the backup there. Raul can fall in for Idrissa Gueye. You know that Diblin can fall in for Iliman and Dye. And we should be able to keep going. We should be able to churn along as a nice, well-oiled machine. I mean, hell, Man City, when that game comes, what you'll end up probably seeing there is Iliman and Dye going on to the left and Diblin going on to the right. And that, although Jack Grealish is an absolutely world star player, he is, how can I put this? He is one of the best left wingers we've had in this squad for a long, long time. And he's not even fast. He's not even fast, honestly. I mean, look at the likes of Blinton Baines and Pienaar. That sort of setup. That was a quick, dynamic relationship that was going up the wing. All you ever saw from them two is interplay passing, going up that wing, and they'd occasionally bring it inside just to get it straight back out to the left. It's not even that. It's pretty much Jack Grealish gets the ball, he brings it upfield, he beats 2 to 3 of their opposition, he brings it slowly into the box or onto the edge of the box, and either someone gives him an outlet on the outside of the box on the inside, someone gives an outlet on the overlap, or he will cross it in to the box for either Beto, Barry, Iliman and Dye, or someone to put an end to it. So yeah, so let's say for argument's sake, when the Man City game does come and he is cup tied in that regard, Iliman and Dye falls in onto that left, and then you've went from having that very tactile, coordinated, precise movements to fast and dynamic, essentially. And then you got Diblin doing pretty much the exact same on the right. So I am excited for that. I will be honest, I am excited for that. I mean, hell, even if he was to push it and say, you know what, Iliman and Dye, you're better off on the right there, but he'd probably even put Charlie Alcaraz there. Or he might even turn to Diblin and say, you know what, mate, I've seen you on the right, you're good. How can you do on the left, though? Bear in mind, this is Man City you're taking on. These are very tough opposition. Do you think you can handle it? And if he isn't handling it, obviously him and Ndai can intercommunicate and they can just swap sides. But yeah, so as a little chat about the players, as a little chat about the performances. Overall, like I said, Wolves didn't coat ourselves in any glory, especially with us putting out a weakened squad. And I understand. Wolves put 9 changes out and they still absolutely dominated us. I mean, we can't do that. We can't be changing too much of the squads in terms of that. Well, it just makes it a little bit more frustrating for them players who've made their debuts there. So Diblin making his somewhat, starting debut. Barry coming out. It just doesn't coat them in too much glory, in all honesty. And I do think with different players, you would see different results. Because I think, let's say for this West Ham game, hypothetical one, he starts Jack Grealish, Drewsby Hall, Ndai, Barry. I agree with that. I like that. Because the thing that you see from Beto versus what you see from Barry, Beto is very quick when he has the ball, come past him at his feet. When you loop it over him, he cannot handle that. He doesn't like that in any way, shape or form. And then when you got Barry, what you have there is essentially like a false 9. He will fall back into the midfield. He'll mix in with the likes of Drewsby Hall, Ndai and Grealish. He will be in the mix with them. And he will create the opening play with them. So when we're in the transition, he will push up alongside them. And he will pass in between them. And then create the opening from the defence. So you've got 2 very different players in that way. Beto is one for your finished product. Barry is for your build-up. I mean, you could even argue and say, oh yeah, why don't we do a 4-4-2? Sound. Who'd you replace? James Garner you can't replace because he's absolutely on fire. Idrissa Gana Gueye you can't replace because, as we've seen with Wolves, when we miss that interlinking play, it just doesn't work. You can't take Mikalenko out because you lose a left back. You can't take Michael Keane out because you move a centre back. You can't take out Tarkowski, centre back. Jake O'Brien, right back. You can't take out Drewsby Hall because you just lost a chunk of your interplay there. You can't take out Grealish because you just lost your left wing. You can't take out Ndai because there's your right wing gone. So in them situations when we're going on, oh yeah, let's put it back to a 4-4-2. In all fairness, a 4-4-2, it's not going to work. It isn't going to work in that regard because you can't take these players out. Now, I understand we've got we've increased the size of our squad significantly, but the starting 11 is very critical we get that right. I mean, I have been fiddling about with it and thinking about it and thinking once Diblin is a little bit more embedded into the squad, we could even argue and turn around and say, why don't we leave both Beto and Barry out of the starting lineup? And we put in Dye as the focal point because, for one, he can play as a centre forward. And for two, he can operate as an attacking midfielder. Now, where am I going with this? Think of it like this. Look at, let's say, Bayern Munich with the old Roin doctor, Lewandowski. He operated as a false nine. He had that down to a T. And how he operated was he basically mixed in. He was almost a second number 10 to a number 9. He operated like that. He operated in a very vague diamond, or well, triangle sort of situation where he was operating in an area that no players really operated in. Now, bear in mind, this has been done in the past in the Premier League and it has sort of fallen out of favour with certain squads, especially with... It was actually quite popular with Man City for a set period of time. Boom, it's sort of fallen out of the way. And they've sort of went back to a 4-4-2. I mean, hell, you could even do a 3-5-2 in an argument's sake. So you have, let's say, with a fully fit squad, by the way. Branthwaite, Tarkowski, Jake O'Brien. Obviously, Branthwaite, left centre-back. Tarkowski, centre. Jake O'Brien, right centre-back. That works. And then you got your 5. You then have Jack Grealish, far left. You have Idrissa Gana Gay, Kieran Drewsby Hall, James Garner, Illiman and Dye. And then you have Beto and Barry. That could work. Or, rather than Beto or Barry, you swap one of them with Ndai and you have Diblin. That works as well. There's so many ways we can alter and change around this squad. It's more down to the fact that if we are to do this, we need to make sure that the players are on the same wavelength when it comes to this. The team play is critical for us to get these results. And with this West Ham game coming up, as we know, it has been, as I was basically doing this video, just as I was about to go live, it was released that Graham Potter has been removed of his duties. They've basically, he's left, how can I put this? West Ham basically said he's left on mutual consent. Now, the funny thing is, just before I was about to do this video, I jumped in the shower, got myself freshened up because I just finished in the gym. Leg and core, by the way, it is brutal. There's nothing better than doing nearly 180 kg leg press. I want you to think about that for a sec. 180 kg, that is horrible. It is horrible. But you know what? It's worth it to get the massive quads. Seriously, I want to try and make sure that my... how can I put this? Me legs... Well, let's put it like this. Jack Grealish's calves can match some people's torsos. I want to see if I can get close to that. Because it does do something to your running, let's be honest. That guy can run forever. Now, granted, he doesn't run all too quick, but he keeps that pace. But yeah, sorry, going off topic. So let's put it like this. By the time I'd read the news that Graham Potter had been relieved of his duties, I went for a shower. By the time I got out, Fabrizio Romano had confirmed that Nuno Espirito Santo is going to be taking over the reins of West Ham. I'll be honest, I had him or Sean Dyche taking over the reins of West Ham. It would have been funnier to see Sean Dyche take over the reins, but Nuno Espirito, I think he could actually do a good job. The thing is, though, and I want you guys to just chill for a sec and think, oh God, new manager bounce. Let's just think about this for a second. Right now, West Ham are in a mess. The new manager is a band-aid over the situation. He's not going to get them a guaranteed result immediately because he's got basically today and tomorrow to work with the players before he goes into this match. Because they're obviously not going to do any training Monday. And they've also got to travel up from London to Liverpool to get to this game. Because it's an 8 o'clock game. It's going to suck. He's got no time to really train with them. He can probably pull them into the training ground today and say to them, right, I am taking over the reins from Graham Potter. Let's have a look at this Everton team and let's see what we can do in terms of tactics. that is most likely what he is going to do. He's not going to be able to work with them on the pitch. He's just going to be able to sit down with them. They're going to look over some of our reels and some of our matches and see how they can play. So I am not all too concerned. If, let's say, for argument's sake, this was released about Wednesday. If this was released on Wednesday, then I'd be thinking, oh crap, they've got time to work now. Sugar. But the other thing is as well, the fans aren't happy with West Ham's board at this point in time. They're not happy with the fact of the stadium being one of the worst stadiums in England right now. This isn't me showing shade, by the way. I have been to that stadium, as you can see here. I have been to that stadium. I swear to God, the distance between the seats and the pitch is abhorrent. I swear, a good chunk of the time, every time Everton were playing at the far end, I was tempted to get my phone out. Now, bear in mind, I've got a Galaxy S25 Ultra, S24 Ultra with a super zoom. I had to put down an X30 zoom just to see it. It is bad how far away you are from that pitch, so they do need to restructure that so much. So that's one thing that the fans are getting on the back with. And also, it was just results as well. I mean, I think they were, they got one win so far. So my concern with this squad is a little bit, just take into account of how we played against Liverpool, how we played against Villa, how we've played against Wolves, how we've played against Brighton. Those games, I've looked back on them and I think, you know what? If we were able to hit the ground running, we just look at that Wolves game and think, okay, that was just a bad day at the office. Let's crack on with Wolves. I do think we could actually go in there and absolutely trounce them. But yeah. What else? What else is there to talk about? There's not too much else to talk about, in all fairness. If you're wondering why I didn't do the previous post-match videos, it was just for the fact that I was doing a live stream with Mr. Joe in UK. And when you're basically on camera for 2 hours on the bounce, behind the camera, and not only that, I got to meet a brilliant guy, Neville Southall, got to meet him, got to meet the likes of Kevin Sheedy, got to meet the likes of Graham Sharp, all those guys at the Howard Kendall Suite. It was an amazing time. It just, your battery just goes. I would love to have gotten behind this camera and talked about it and everything like that and sung the praises of that entire thing, but I was just absolutely knackered, so I'm doing it here today. And on top of that, for the Wolves one, very similar sort of situation. It was a midweek game. Again, behind the camera from about 7:30, 8 o'clock to about nearly 10 o'clock at night. And I didn't manage to get home until about 10:30, 11 o'clock because I walked. Because I'm a very active person like that. But yeah. Also, a very quick note, if you guys haven't already and you want to donate, I've got a Just Giving page down below. I am going to be doing the Everton in the Community 10k event on the 11th of October. This is the funniest thing. We are starting the 10k event just as the guys are leaving the stadium. So anyone who's doing the stadium sleep in, I will probably run past you. If I do, say hello. You will see me in one of these. It looks wet. It is not wet. I swear to God. This is got to be made by Castor. It's got that wet shirt look. It's terrible. But you know what? I absolutely love it. And I'm going to be looking into potentially speaking to someone about... I've got a green Everton top there. I'm going to get the stake logo removed. And I want to get Everton in the Community's logo put on the green stake top. Because I don't agree with stake. I really don't agree with them. And I don't mean that I'm vegan or anything like that. That's a joke. I do not agree with stake.com. It is a terrible, terrible site. The fact that they're paying us is a bit... But I want Everton in the Community on the shirt. I would rather that being brandished on my shirt than stake.com. And if you want to know how you remove it, you've got to use acetone. It's a very tricky process. I've got to be super careful because if I'm not careful, I will remove other things that I do not want to remove. But yeah. I have now talked for nearly 20 minutes of I've taken over well over 20 minutes of your time, so I'm going to just end it here. So in any case, guys, I would like to thank you all so much for watching. I greatly appreciate your continued support. And also I'd like to say a big thank you to these guys down below. If you want to be like any of these guys and become a member of the channel, please do so. It's less than £1 a month, and it goes so far to helping this channel in many, many ways. That being, the likes of merchandise, that being the likes of, just general decorating things, that being hardware, software. And in particular this month, basically from the first video I talked about this all the way up to the day of the event of the Everton and the Community 10K event, all monetary, all the revenue generated by this channel, whether that be through memberships, whether that be through the ad revenue, stuff like that, that is all going to Everton and the Community. So I will be donating that, and I will be matching it as well. So if you guys want to do that and see your money just go that little bit further, become a part of it. If not, that's perfectly fine. I understand that fully. Just simply watching this video, liking it, commenting on it, sharing it, all that sort of stuff, just simple interactions with this channel help massively, because YouTube's algorithm is an absolute beast to try and tame, or keep happy, should I say. Because I'll be honest, all it takes is the wrong word to be said at the wrong time, and your video basically gets thrown down the monetization stairs, and you're lucky to get so many views because, well, not even just views. I mean, you've probably even noticed this with the quite a few channels. Views have taken a bit of a nosedive at the moment. It's all down to certain laws that have been passed and the way YouTube identifies channels. So if your channel has been identified as under 18 for some reason, your views don't get counted towards the viewership of this channel. So simple interactions with this channel are greatly appreciated. Well, in any case, guys, I have rambled on long enough. I would like to say again, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Up the fucking toffees, and peace.